Hi, everybody. I believe my current plan is to start a building here. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I'm going to do with the building, to be honest, but I know I need one. As for the refinery itself, I probably will just carve that into the mountain since there's so much space. Here, I'm thinking about building a thom lab, to be honest. Now, we're using these chisel blocks, which kind of has a unique problem in that they're really easy to break, which is fine as long as you have a pick in your hand. But if you don't, and you break it with your bare hand, it's still one hit, but you don't get the block back. It's like creative breakage. I'm pretty sure that gets fixed in version 1.9, but I believe that the creator of Chisel has also said that he has no plans to do any further updates for the Bountiful update. Still, barring unforeseen explosions, I'm not terribly worried about the durability of the blocks I'm using. I will say that this Diamond Builder's wand really rocks my socks. It's a pretty handy thing to have. So I've basically marked off a chunk here just to show where I want to put the first extra building. But after that, I think I will just do some digging into the hill here so I can start working with some plastics. Okay, so I've dug in a little bit of a factory space here. And as a special added bonus, I put in windows. Okay, so to start with, for our refinery area, our refinery plastics area, we're going to use liquid compressors. And that way, we should be able to just turn it off immediately rather than having to wait until a piece of coal burns out. And I want to set them to activate on a high signal so that I can turn them on and off at any time. And looks like we can accept liquid through that side. And I'll probably dig in a little bit more to make room for the actual tanks. And oops. And this is the fuel that I'll be using for starters. Until I manage to refine more. I want to set these tubes up in a modular fashion so that I can concentrate air pressure on particular machines. Because I seem to have had bad results with spreading the air pressure out between different ones. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a simple on-off valve for these air pipes. So I will just have to set them up more creatively. And just break them when I want them cut off. So I want to move this forward another spot. One for the main line, one for the branch off, one for the vortex tubes, and one for the actual refinery. And I think I probably don't want the pipes to actually be in a straight line from the vortex tubes, because then they can obstruct the actual function of them. And I'll probably need to extend this wall to make room for the rest of the processing plants. So I'm going to take a few minutes to decide how I want to set things up, and I'll just show you the results once I've got it worked out. Okay, so here's what I've got set up. Pretty much a standard refinery setup, with each of the pipes coming out to their appropriate processing plants. This one still needs a vortex tube. And we'll be setting the pipes up to go to the ones that particularly need attention at the time. This is going to be the one for making plastic, so that's the one I've got hooked up right now to the LPG tank. And this will need coal. And we'll be having all the gasoline going in here, LPG going in here, diesel going in here, kerosene over here, and the gasoline itself does not need further processing. So this is pretty much ready for when I get some more oil. I don't have an Antarctic gate on this because I ran out of ender pearls. But if I get oil before some more grow, I can always just stick a redstone engine on this. So we'll start by releasing some fuel on this one. I kind of like this. It shows which options are available. You still have to actually click on the thingy here to activate it. And this should now pump into the liquid compressors. That needs to be set to output. Because that's the way deep resonance tanks work. We'll just set that too while we're at it. Alright, so flipping the switch should turn both of these on. And the pressure is certainly increasing. And the temperature here is going down. I've got this vortex tube set the wrong way. I didn't think I could set those vertically. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, and surely there's some kind of wrench. Okay. I have a pneumatic wrench. But I'm not sure what to do with it. What in the... Okay, well that's good to know that works, sort of. And apparently it doesn't need air to do it. So... that should be the right direction. Which means all of these are in the wrong direction as well. Alright. Let's crank this up again and see what happens. Okay, so I had to double the pipes coming out here. And I don't know why that should happen when it was getting all the pressure over here. Or it certainly seemed to be. But at any rate, we finally have the temperature up. And we're processing some liquid plastic. So the next thing I need to do is tear down this stuff and make some room for a plastic mixer. I already have the mixer made, so all I have to do is give it a place, supply it some air, add some dyes, and let her rip. Okay, we've got this set up and ready to pipe over. And off it goes. Oh, I still need to put dyes in it. Actually, just for white plastic, I don't need dyes. But I have some other colors I want to work on anyway. Okay, so we've got our lapis, our cactus green, and our red dye. And we've got our blue plastic. Now, what was I going to do with that? I don't know, but I also needed some gray dye, I think, or gray plastic. Let's see what other plastics I wanted to play with. I need to get this thing going again anyway. So I'll see if I can't heat up both of them. Okay, so I have got a good mix of different plastics. And I have decided that I am tired of climbing this spiral staircase. I'm going to need to stick a compressor down here, and hopefully one will be enough. And I need redstone. I think 3 stops will be enough. Okay, just did some quick research. I already know this elevator is 18 blocks tall, so I need 5 bases. And I only have 4 on me, which means I'm going to have to make another set. But that'll just take a moment. And we'll stick one more down here. And then I can worry about getting pressure to it. All right, we got that last elevator base ready to go into here. And now we have one other little problem. Well, actually, it doesn't really have any effect on anything, but we've got a lack of a skin for this elevator collar. No big deal, it's just ugly. So we need to get an air compressor or 2 in place here to make sure that this has enough air to go all the way up. I don't even know how much it's going to need. I might be able to get away with just 1 air compressor, or I might not. At least 3 bars. Well, let's see what we can do. All right, we'll see if this is enough to bring it to 3 bars, and if it's not, we'll stick another compressor here. Okay, so we are up to almost 4 bars. And nothing seems to be happening. No problems. Well, it seems I've had a whole bunch of bugs occur in this game all at once. And of course, we did know from the beginning that this sort of thing might happen. So it seems I'm at the point where I'm going to have to give up this world. And I'm thinking that it's pretty much time to close the series altogether. Because not only have I had bug problems, but support for all the updates in 1.8.9 has pretty much been dropped as everybody is scrambling to get to 1.9. So I suppose it's time I did the same. So, this has been Unstable 1.8.9, and I appreciate all of you who have been with me for the whole thing. Be sure and stay tuned for whatever I do next, as soon as I figure out what it is. And until then, I hope all of you have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.